All right, so inside of Stackbit, we have these files in here called YAML files, and they're underneath the models. The way you can think of these files are, this is how the schema is laid out. And by schema, I mean these are the variables that are available when you use this specific component. So inside of here, we have, let's just see here, one that would be good for us to look at. So we have the fields and title and subtitle, right? So inside of the hero section, the hero section component itself. So let's go ahead and open that up inside of here. Inside of source, and then components, sections, and we have the hero section itself. And you can see inside of here, I'll go dot title. And where do we have that here? Cool. So here it brings in the title, and then we have the annotation, which is the data SP field path, which allows Stackbit to know right here to put this highlight around this field so that folks can actually visually edit it. So everything inside of these inside of the YAMLs are defining the type of the variable, giving an ID or name to the variable, and labeling the variable as well. So some of the common errors that we actually see happen with these YAML files is folks will come in and they'll instead of having, you can see my cursor here. I wonder if I can zoom in. One second, let me see if I can zoom in here. Yeah, so watch my cursor here. It'll go I'm moving it twice, right? If I was to delete those and then hit a tab, it would look like the same thing, but in theory, it actually isn't inside of a YAML file. It's just the way that YAML files actually work, where you need to use spaces, not tabs. And what you can do is to actually find any errors that you might have in your code. If you're hitting seeing an error that comes up with a YAML file, what you'll do is just copy the YAML file itself and then go to something, I think it's, YAMLlint.com, or you can look up YAML linters and use whichever one you might want. Just paste it in here like this and then click this go button, and it'll tell you if it's valid, or it'll tell you where the error is. And more often than not, you'll find the error is from some type of spacing. One of the other things that I've noticed as well is sometimes I'll be messing with these files directly, and I'll see that one of these sections I had here is like that. It's just like one over, and it's really hard to actually see it. But I'll go down and I'll basically kind of scroll down and see where this little dash is in relation to all the other ones to make sure that it's actually, they're all in line where they should be. So these are kind of the common errors and a little bit about the YAML files and how they work.